Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on using our vine charcoal, okay? And we're going to basically go for an oval shape, okay? Now before I completely start the face, I am going to go ahead and just fold my paper over. You don't have to do this, but just for preference of being able to see it a little better for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and just fold that portion of it over. And then well, it looks like everybody's folding it too, so I'll wait, which is fine.
No, I don't want to.
Now, the reason why I'm saying let's start with a vine charcoal, flip your paper over really quick, and just go ahead and use that charcoal on your paper, like so, just real quick, okay? Just put some value down.
Whoa.
We're going to get a little comfortable with the medium first.
It looks like a black and white.
I'm going to take a paper towel. Okay, it's fine. They're very, very fragile. Not a big deal. And okay, I'm not expecting you to go grab one of these. You can experiment a little bit later. However, what I'm trying to show you is how pliable charcoal can be. It does erase pretty well. However, with this paper, it's going to give you a perfect and complete mid-tone. What matters is where and how much pressure you put on your charcoal. So right there, I gave it quite a bit of heavy pressure. If any of you have more of a powdery substance on your paper, yours is going to erase much faster, okay? It all depends on how hard, medium, or soft your pencil or your charcoal is, okay? So let's flip our paper back over.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead really quick and start with the oval shape. Now, oval, not circle, okay? So we're not doing a circle, we're doing an oval. Her head is very much an oval.
This is scary.
So, what you're going to want to do is very lightly, and you can see how many different times I am using my charcoal, how many different strokes I add in before I'm happy with where it is. And we're stopping. Nope, you're going to do it on your own. This is landscape, not portrait, sorry. Portrait, landscape. Portrait, landscape. What's this?
Portrait.
What's this?
Portrait.
What are we doing?
Portrait. Other way around. Landscape.
Okay, portrait, landscape.
What?
Portrait, landscape. What are we using?
Landscape.
Thank you.
So,
A little big, but yes.
Should I make it smaller?
I'd go smaller.
No.
Okay, that is a circle. That is not an oval. Wait. Before you do anything, you need to make her chin more pointy.
Try it.
Okay?
I'm scared again.
Watch your reference as you are drawing your oval. If you've ever watched me draw, my eyes are constantly going back and forth from my reference to my paper.
Why does this look so... Hers is so light. Mine is...
Because you're pressing really hard.
I'm not. I'm doing this.
Yeah, but look how much lighter that is compared to your circle.
Yours is... I don't know what's happening.
You're going really, really heavy. If you want a new paper, you're welcome to grab one.
Yes.
Please remember that as we go through this process, you want to make sure that you are going really, really light. Okay, I believe we are ready to move on. So, the next step is, before we put any of her hair or any of her facial features in, I'm going to go ahead and just pop in the neck and the shoulder line, because it is required to have a neck and a shoulder line for human beings. Notice the neck is not over here. Okay, we're not Jack Skellington. We don't have a tiny neck. Okay, her neck starts right at the edge of her face. So obviously ours needs to do the same thing. There's going to be a little line that comes down, and then it's going to be a shoulder line that comes diagonally down. Now, first thing I want to make sure though is the angle. So I'm going to take my charcoal. Notice that I'm lining it up on her shoulder. So I'm lining it up. Take that same angle and make sure that it fits my paper as well. Do you see that?
Oval. Did it.
Same angle. The other shoulder has hair that is covering quite a bit of it, but I am going to go ahead and just mimic what I did on that side and just leave it at that.
Yes, he sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Better, I did it wrong. That's cute though.
Huh?
Do your shoulders bow like that? Just to make sure I like my proportions. And you will watch and notice how many times I readjust, and that's totally fine. Okay, we have our 3 sections on our reference and our paper. Now, before I move on, do you guys want to start with the eyes, the nose, or the mouth?
Nose.
If you said nose, you are correct. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's going to be your anchor. It's going to be where you put everything else compared to the nose. Again, this is my way of doing things. This is not science. This is not like concrete. You can do this however you want. So if you want to start with the eyes, you can. I'm going to start with the nose. So I've noticed that I'm going to bring up my measurement just a little bit more. Again, constantly working on my shapes and measurements. So right at the nose, I'm going to start with the 3-circle method.
Still with the charcoal.
Yep, we're still with our vine charcoal. Now, I'm going to start with the 3-circle method for the nose. If you feel super comfortable with your nose skills and you want to just pop in a nose without doing this method, go for it.
Matt, I'm ready to turn it in now.
Me too. I got the shoulders in the head of it.
Okay, so I have the 3 circles in. I'm now readjusting and working on the shape of the nose. Now I'm going into detail. So I am going to switch to my charcoal pencil. And I'm just going to start coming in with a little bit more detail. We are not going to worry about shading yet, so please do not shade.
Oh, we use the pencil.
I just said we were switching to the pencil.
Oh my.
And I made your favorite, so I still have this.
I know. Oh my.
Stuffed mushrooms.
Okay.
Those are pretty good.
They are so.
I'm going to go ahead and erase lines I do not need right now.
It's pretty fun.
If you are talking and not listening, I'm not going to feel bad for you if you feel it doesn't look the way it should.
Huh?
Okay?
Feel like I'm being distant.
Oh my god.
No way.
So for the nose, we can go in with.
Yeah, go in with your pencil. If you need to sharpen your pencil, it sharpens just like a regular pencil. So go ahead and use the sharpener. Don't use this one. It is currently broken. I am getting a new one.
Which one?
That one.
I don't even like that one. I didn't know.
If you're looking at your reference, you are going to see defined lines right here. However, I'm not putting those in because we do not want what kind of nose? A triangle nose. We don't want to look like jack-o'-lanterns, right? So I'm not going to put these harsh lines right here. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to add that in with shading.
Jack-o'-lanterns are cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
but
don't
not
look like
human
that.
face.
What the?
They kind of look like a human face. They've got a mouth.
I'm
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of complaining. Do you want me to move on, or are we still working on the nose?
still
Okay.
can't even get the circles in. And then we're
Your nose is too small.
Like it doesn't have a sharp
That's what
face.
she told me.
It's like way too dark.
And use the pencil.
What is?
I haven't even noticed.
This is called charcoal.
Ew.
It's a new experience.
Alright, I'm getting there.
Once we get really comfortable with the white paper, I will switch to a toned paper for you guys, and you will see how much different that is. Because it's way different. The toned paper is what I did Morticia on. I always want to call her Maleficent, and she is not Maleficent.
No.
That's an insult.
Yeah, didn't steal her all the like black people.
From this point, we're going to start putting in the eyes. Now, again, this is a weird face, so do you think these eyes are going to be normal like we've done before? No, they're going to be a lot wider, they're a lot more open, right? But we can still figure out where we're going to put the eyes. So, taking this section right here, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. Whoa, she looks spooky. Okay, so this section right here between these two lines, if I was to cut it in half, we're right at the line of her eyes. Do you see that? Okay, so over here, between here and here, I'm going to figure out where my half point is. Okay, and right on this line is where I'm going to start my eyes. Okay, you can go ahead and put a line right here if you really want to, but if you're worried about going really dark, I don't recommend doing the line. I just recommend that you double check every time you're working on the face.
And we can use our pencil for this part?
Yes, you can use your pencil for this point. If you want to, like, I will do an entire portrait with just the Vine charcoal, and then when I'm going into details, I'll do this. But I'm noticing a lot of you do not enjoy using the Vine charcoal, correct?
I mean, I guess you're
I'll have you back here.
And that's fine. If you want to jump back and forth, you can. I like to get the larger base shapes in with this and then go in with detail. But because I feel like you guys are not loving the Vine charcoal, we can just stick with the pencil if you want to.
Pencil.
no.
Not sure
I
what you
don't
guys do.
know how to use both, so.
Okay, so I'm going to do one eye with the charcoal pencil and one eye with the Vine charcoal so you can see the difference. How about that? Okay, before we begin really placing the eye, let's go ahead and do some lines here. Where
Right,
is her tear duct meeting up with her nose?
right
It's
at the
like
end.
where the black part of the nose ends.
Yes, okay? If I pull it down even more so, it's literally right next to her nostril. So right here, I'm going to take a line, and I'm going to go up to about here because this is pretty much where that eye is going to meet, right? So let's make sure it's the same thing on this side. Now she looks really scary.
She's so surprised at it. Yeah, right.
That would be a surprise. Just fine.
Miss Carter, is she not wearing a shirt?
Probably not. Or it's pulled down so you can see her shoulders. Could be a tube top.
Briscoe tried his earphones on his locker long.
That was her.
Is that you? Oh, well, I tried to do
My
it.
horrible drawing reminds you of.
You what?
I tried to do it.
Why, dude? You called me so much. You yelled at me.
Sorry.
Well, you should. I told you.
Yeah,
I
you
was
shouldn't have done that.
Well,
Okay,
I called them
sounds like we're ready to move on.
Yeah.
So right up top is where we're going to start making this lovely shape, okay? And we've learned a trick about noses and eyes. What is the trick?
They,
So
they
nose
are
is the same length as the eye.
They are the.
Same size. They should be close to the same size, right? So let's take her nose and let's place it over here and measure where we need the nose to be. Well, I've got a lot of experience with this, and I hate going dark because it always ruins my pictures. So, And remember, if you're still struggling about where the eye goes, take your nose width, so her nose width, and pull it up. So if we take this width and we go like that, we should be able to touch our tear duct from our nose shape. Do you see that? Isn't that crazy? Our faces are amazing. I think so.
You're right.
So, now that I've measured in my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and start with the shape. Notice that her eyelid at the bottom is on a slant, right? It is slanting upwards in kind of a bowed shape. So that's what I'm going to try to recreate on my paper. And everything about this is going to look weird until we are done because they are making a weird face.
Who chose
Mrs.
No, you guys chose a different picture,
We voted.
but I didn't save it. And I couldn't find it again, so I picked a different one.
That.
I wanted for a different picture.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
No, she was like,
Her lips, her lips.
yeah.
I was.
If I find it again, we'll try it again. But
I liked how her lips were. Like,
I liked how her lips were too, and I couldn't find them. But I thought, okay, this is challenging with teeth, so we're gonna go with teeth.
Wait.
So the top part of the eye is obviously larger,
You know what? Teeth are really
and
fun.
it curves because we are emulating a ball, because that's the shape of our eyes.
Beetlejuice's
Okay.
teeth were like the best part of the whole day.
Notice there is a eyelid behind her eye, but it is very close to the eye. So we're going to make sure that we keep it close.
She looks like a
Yes.
It's not very nice.
No, I can see you doing it. Just stop it. God.
So right now you're probably thinking, holy cow, that's a giant eyeball.
Does this look
But
like-
guess what? So is her eyeball. Measure as you go.
Okay, does this look good?
Just amazingly born with eyes. I wish I was born with like eyes like this.
Yes. And before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and put in the little lid, that little eyelid for your tear duct. Okay, and then we're going to put in the color part of her eye. And this is like one of the only times you're actually going to basically be able to draw a full circle.
I really said eyeshadow.
I can't draw circles.
Oh, now she looks angry.
That's awesome though.
I love drawing funny faces. It's so much more comfortable for me because I don't have to make it perfect.
Was this big enough?
I've never tried that before.
You did with the spooky one.
Is that big
I
enough?
don't really count it as
Mine looks angry now.
That's fair. If you feel like it just didn't count.
because it's like there was also two faces.
Right.
So like you can mess up as much as you want. I'll leave it.
Right. But that's the same concept with this. No matter how much it, like, you mess up, it's still going to look the way you want it to because it's supposed to be distorted.
Kind of scary.
I'm green.
That's way too big.
Before you have
And you made that nose, like, right up her face. Don't draw heavy lines.
Before you have the eyebrows and she looks angry.
You're supposed to, though.
Okay,
Ma'am,
is this eyeball color thing
Yeah.
big enough?
I think it looks good.
ma'am.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but can you shave down her cheeks? She's looking real chubby.
Well, maybe I wanted to make her look chubby.
That's not the goal right now. Yes. Okay, while you guys work on the other eye, I'm going to go ahead and put it in with the vine charcoal.
This word charcoal is a challenge.
It is a challenge.
This scares me. One mistake and it won't erase.
That's gonna press it too hard.
Yeah, by the end of this one.
It will, you just need to draw lighter.
You literally just said what I said.
I want to use my pencil for this one because I need to get really tiny detail. So I will work on the charcoal and shading as we continue.
How old is that? Just get
No, I'm talking to you guys, you're just not listening.
I'm listening. I'm not sure about everybody else.
Looks like an alien.
I was I did.
Yes, you were fluffy.
No, I'm actually pretty happy with this.
I love drawing eyes that are like not the normal. She looks so spooky! I love it so much. This is just how I do things, guys. I talk to my artwork all the time.
Me too, honestly.
They become my friends.
And yet you destroy some of it. They're in the trash.
Well, sometimes it pisses me off. And that's more humane than actually killing somebody. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay! This is how I punch the wall.
Okay, but
Goodness.
I punched the wall by punching the wall.
She never sees
Yeah, I just straight punch the wall, you know, put holes in
My
it.
hands are too valuable to hurt.
because you can make friends with your hands.
That's right. Okay,
This is so weird.
Alright, I'm done.
you're not done.
I am done.
You might be emotionally done, but you are not done.
Ta-da, like that.
What kind of friends are we talking about?
Good.
I am mentally Look, Alice.
You took it to a different friend.
Aren't you emotionally done and mentally done the same?
Now she doesn't look so angry anymore.
Okay, I want you guys to kind of look at something really quick. If you do not have... Whoa, where did it go?
I don't know.
Let me focus it really quick.
Way better than mine.
If you guys do not have the little tear ducts, okay, you need to reevaluate, go back and put them in. They are important to eyeballs. You need to make sure you have the little tear ducts.
I hate this.
Then you should not have taken this class.
It's it.
So, like, can I take an F for this project, please?
No.
No.
I took this class because
Does this look
I
correct?
took this class because you.
I
took this class
Yeah,
in the
you said you were
auto.
taking-
Well, that's very kind of you. And you know what? Right now, this hurts and you hate it, but guess what? By the time we hit December, you're going to be able to see your first drawing and your last drawing. You're going to go, holy,
Does this look
I'm
right?
amazing.
Holy guacamole.
Carter?
I'm not kidding. You're going to do that.
Does this look right?
It's funny.
Yes.
You have so much more confidence than I have
he's on
myself.
this.
That's because I see so much potential in you.
Carter, I think this is
No, I took this class.
It looks good.
Because the 4 years I've been to this school, I've never completed a single one of it.
It's really frustrating.
Who?
Really?
It's really frustrating.
Who?
Because he has so much freaking potential. Okay,
And he's all like, "Ow, I can't use it."
eyebrows. We're going to just block them in. We're not going to shade them yet. But we know that they are right above our eyes. Okay, so this is where you get to guesstimate. Don't put them way up here because they're not way up here. They're right above that eyelid. And they're coming in at an angle.
Man, where did my charcoal?
So we have one lovely eyebrow that I'm just going to go ahead and quickly block in. We can't see the end of it because it's hitting hair, and that's fine. We'll just leave it at that. Okay? Then the other eyebrow, wait real quick. Notice this one lines up with this tear duct, but this eyebrow comes further over the face. So if you see, it comes in at an angle right here. So I'm going to make sure that I have an angle line, and I want to make sure that it matches up.
Whoa, she has super straight eyebrows. I just noticed.
That was the first thing I noticed.
Those are also way more
Oh my gosh.
Can we throw Holly out of this class?
Her eyes are going very different directions.
I know. The more you work on them, too, the more you're like, wait, where are we looking?
half the time.
They're actually not straight. If you look at this eyebrow over here, there's a little bit of a wiggle. So, I have the eyebrows in. If I don't get the hair in, she's going to look real weird for a hot minute.
Miss Carter.
It's going to be weird. There you go.
Does this look correct? Looks wrong.
No, it looks good. The one on that side, the left is a little tiny though.
Sure.
Block it out, and if you don't finish it, that's fine. I didn't finish mine because hair will be covering it. Yes.
Like, you know what?
Okay, now that I no longer need these lines that show me where her nose is supposed to go, I'm going to quickly erase those. And I recommend that you all do the same.
Which lines?
So these lines that were right in the center. If you had lines, if you drew lines, go ahead and erase them. We don't need them anymore.
They won't go away.
It's because you drew them too dark.
It's not my fault.
This is called a learning process.
It just won't go away.
Mine don't completely go away. But because I went so light, you guys, once we get her mouth in, everything else is going to come together really easily.
Look at this.
Can we put in the mouth now?
No.
You know what's really cool, guys? The last time we did this, it took us freaking forever. And look how many facial features we already have now.
That's because last time we were using
Can you wait a second though? I'm
Yeah, I can wait.
that confident.
That's okay, I can wait.
I'm done. As much done as I'm going to ever get.
It is so difficult for me not to just keep going.
It's making me so happy how it's looking.
If you want to take a shot at the mouth on your own, you are 100% welcome to do so.
I just want to do the hair.
However, please make sure that you are going at that slanted angle. This is not a just wide open mouth. It is on an angle. If you feel confident in your hair skills and you want to put in the hair right now, go ahead. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and do it later together, but just really, really quickly because we went over hair extensively last time.
Did we?
Yes.
the whole week and I was the one thing I looked at.
I know, it was an entire week worth of hair.
Was that the week I was?
I don't know, bro. Possibly. You definitely were not paying attention if you don't remember. Okay. I'm happy to have you move. Knock it off. Because that's like the 4th time she's asked you to stop and you haven't done that yet. Thank you. Okay, are we ready for the mouth? Yes? Okay. Her mouth is very close to her nose. Okay? But I'm going to focus on the inside lip, not the outer line. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure her nose. Okay, so it's about the top of her nose down for the inside line. Did you see what just happened there?
Yes.
Should I do it again?
Yes.
Okay. Her, from the bottom of her nose to the lip, okay, is the same measurement from the bottom of her nose to the top of her nose. So I'm going to go ahead, make that measurement, and place my mark. Now, the space of the opening of her mouth is also something we need to measure. So I'm going to go in with my fingers, and I'm going to pull up and find something that matches perfectly. Now, the top of her eyebrow to the bottom of her eyelid actually is the perfect size. So I'm going to take that on my measurement, bring it down, and I'm going to mark where the bottom part of her lip is going to be.
The bottom on the inside or the bottom
Yeah,
of that?
for real. Like, how do you do that?
You guys, this is what I'm teaching you. This is like literally the point of portraits. To teach you how to measure without using the ruler the entire time.
It's like a really light scene.
Wait, what's the same size?
Now, if you're noticing that the bottom of your mouth is in, but you might not have enough room for her chin, guess what you probably should do? Move the chin down.
Miss Carter, so the line that we just did, is that the inside of the bottom lip or just the bottom?
That's the inside of her bottom
Oh,
lip.
I only get half.
So that is this measurement right here. So the one that I'm working on right here.
Wait a second. I need to move my chin down.
Uh-huh. And I'm probably going to need to move my chin down as well.
Always makes me so nervous whenever I want to get rid of all the...
Right? Actually, you can do that. In some states,
So if you notice, I am moving my chin down.
YOLO, man. Be like a piece of parents.
Which means if I'm moving my chin down, some of you might need to move yours as well.
There, is that good?
I feel like the older you get, the more you can relate
Yeah.
to Stuart.
Oh. Okay.
You know, because it's just like, he's the mean guy.
I don't know, if there's like an annoying neighbor like that lives next to my house, I would.
Okay, the last thing you want to check is this width of her mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have a measurement with my fingers. I'm going to move the paper and again find something that
He
matches.
taught me a lifelong lesson.
Patrick is hilarious.
And I'm thinking
Patrick reminds me.
her eyebrow
Nose to ear.
is the perfect measurement.
Wow.
So with her eyebrow, I'm going to come in and just mark 4 spots now. I know where I'm putting my mouth. Okay?
Once you get to your paper.
Me? I know.
I really hope you're watching because I'm not going to repeat myself.
Miss Carter.
So even though you have glasses, you're blind. So
What?
technically I was right.
Why is it
No.
So now that I have my measurements in, I'm basically going to be playing a connect the dots type of situation. But the whole point is that everything is on a weird slant because she's making a weird face, right?
I hope so too.
Why?
Because I'm in Bravo.
Oh, am I that bad?
You're in Bravo?
No,
in
it's
cab.
a cap.
Oh, I was like, no, you're not.
she's Bravo flight.
I am not a commander.
Wait.
I like Bravo.
Excuse you?
I like Bravo flight, but you have a lot of annoying kids.
And what flight are you in?
Yo, I was the one that made
Yeah.
the Bravo flight.
I would rather have Bravo.
I'm talking about a cap.
Oh, see, I'm talking like here.
It looks like she's yelling.
Wait, doesn't Miss McCutcheon advise?
Does that look
Yeah, but have you seen the kids in that freaking flight? I love her and I love some of those kids, but holy
You know
poops.
what, Rudy and
My
Dakota aren't
brother's the
that bad.
commander.
I wish I was still in that flight.
My brother's commander of that flight.
Your poor brother.
Oh, I know.
Okay, now that I have the inside shape of the mouth, I'm going to go ahead and just outline where I want the lips to go.
See, I'm in kilo flight.
Does that look
I'm
good?
super mad at my
Carter?
flight. I don't like Foxtrot.
Why
Yeah.
are you so mean to your flights?
Because Foxtrot's like,
Have you seen Golf Flight?
we had Seth
God.
Rice,
You guys
Caleb
have Walton.
Nelson,
Oh my God.
McKinney.
We
I had the worst
best.
flight.
Walton and Lee.
Miss Carter, does this look right or
You
wrong?
know what, Miss Carter? Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah.
Who's Lee?
Yes.
What?
Tygun.
For giving us
His
such
friend,
an
man.
amazing logo.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, but you don't know who Lee is. Isn't Lee Lee? What's this with that amazing logo that we have on
What?
the email?
I think I made that too big.
We even have a mask in the room.
I would
We
like
even have
to officially start this over,
the LED
including
Yo, so
I
like,
would just like to start
Donald
over
Duck
everything.
lips.
I like the name of Juliet.
You're welcome to watch this later.